What stands out about Montgomery? I would say the customer service. As far as planning the event itself, it was relatively easy. I started working with Ron in the beginning.
Hmm.
He was very helpful because we did so much. I wasn't really concerned or worried about anything of that nature. So everything, everyone there was very welcoming and encouraging and just helpful. No one just like it wasn't. It was not. I did not get the feeling like you get with some facilities where it's like, okay, you're going to have your event here, and they just start racking up a bunch of bills or anything like that. So in reference to planning, was easy. Um, when Ron left, I kind of panicked a little bit, but then Aquan took over.
Hmm.
Still not a problem whatsoever. Then when we could not use the multiplex, I kind of panicked a lot. However, Aquan said, he got on the phone and worked with the convention center and made sure it was a very easy transition. Everyone that I came across that I met there, as well as my athletes, everyone was friendly, outgoing, helpful. So everything was actually, even though we did this event in a pandemic, which should have been a nightmare for everybody, it was probably one of the best events we've had in at least 10 years. There was plenty of hand sanitizers everywhere you go. Going to the restaurant, the food was, we mostly ate at the hotel. The food was great at the hotel. We did eat at some of the restaurants in the area as well. The food was great there. They put a table between you and someone else for the social distancing. The venue at the convention center, they set the seating up, I think, in pods of four, some pots of two, pots of four, and pots of six, so families could sit together. And all of the only downfalls, we were not able to have as many spectators as we normally would have had, but you would have never known that because it was still a lot of people in there. Um, and the way that it was set up, the families enjoyed the setup more because they did not have a stack of chairs or people in front of them. So they actually enjoyed it. The athletes loved it. Everything was very smooth. My athletes, the athletes were, that's been the number one thing that they've talked about since the event is how smoothly everything ran. There was no lapse because that there was a lot of questions asked of how we were going to do the social distancing and making sure everybody was safe, leading while competing while in the facility. Um, but no, everyone loved everything. They are still talking about the event and how smoothly and how great it was, and we have not had anyone complain about um, being in close contact or someone being overly in their space or them being afraid. Leading up to it, I did have some concerned athletes, but once they got there, everyone was, they they felt assured. They felt a sense of security. I would just say thank you so much for everything that you guys went out, for everything that you guys did. Because a lot of times, like with me, being the fact that I am the planner, sometimes you forget things. So I felt as though you guys helped facilitate to where we did have a smooth transition.